Hello, I am Ladiedra, and I'm going to reflect on my practicum experience so far. Given a little background, I am currently employed with Georgia Southwestern State University in the Office of Recruitment and Admissions. I am the graduate admissions specialist, and I work mostly with graduate applicants, and I assist them with beginning their journeys in their desired programs. My practical focus is on enrollment management under the mentorship of Dr. Gay Hayes, who is the Vice President of Enrollment Management. I did not have too many challenges with incorporating this experience into my daily routine as my supervisor was very flexible and supportive in what I wanted to do. I also did not have any trouble orienting myself into the world of enrollment management because a lot of the departments who are involved to help Dr. Gay are also involved in my division of student engagement and success. Once they learned that I was being mentored by Dr. Gay, they welcomed me with open arms, and it's like I've always been there to interact with them in this way. And they help to bridge any gaps that I may have about their role in supporting enrollment management. So far, I would rate my experience as a 5. I would describe my practicum environment as being both interesting and easygoing so far. I know that this is not the norm for enrollment management, and it being on the calmer side of the spectrum could be attributed to the fact that the fall semester had already began by the time I began my practicum. However, that doesn't mean that I'm not being mentally stimulated, as my mentor introduced me to the events that occur in the aftermath of when a semester begins. That process is not as fun as flashy, but it is direly important to paint a picture of what the current enrollment will look like semester by semester. Moving on to the component in my portfolio, crafting the career path was the most fun for me. At the beginning of this program, I swore that I wouldn't do anything but the job that I am currently doing. Now that I'm near the end of the program, I have since become open to other opportunities in the field and can see myself being happy in areas related to student life and first year experience. My practicum experience has also helped me to realize that although enrollment management is interesting to me, I am not completely sold in the sense that I would like to pursue a long term career in this profession. We shall see how I feel by the end of the experience. The biggest eye opener for my experience so far is the way that different departments like financial aid, housing, first year experience, university relations, and so on work together so that enrollment management can operate in the way that it needs to. Although Dr. Gay is the main resource for enrollment management, I learned that enrollment and retention is truly everyone's business, and the efforts of everyone else is what helps Dr. Gay formulate the data that she collects and accurately and as up to date as possible. Shifting to philosophies, I owe a lot of what I feel to be a philosophy to colleagues like Dr. Gay. Their dedication and loyalty to the university is truly unmatched. And whether everything is going great or bad, they stick it out and they meet the institution wherever it is with the purpose to elevate it out of the trenches and into the clear. I can admire that desire to go above and beyond for the well being and success of our students. However, where I believe that our philosophies would differ is that I would be willing to try new assessments and programs that could potentially advance our students to the next level. Whereas some other colleagues will be resistant because being a small institution, many people like to keep things the way that they have always been because it has always worked that way. I will be open to challenging those foundations to see if we are really offering the best services and resources to our students. Not every program of practice has to be expensive to test, and some could be implemented in house by a committee. However, we won't know until we try. So our philosophies mostly align regarding what we do and what we aim to do to serve our students, but differ slightly in the lens that we would go to try new things. Lastly, I think that I have a pretty solid background needed to understand enrollment management, just because I work in a division where all of the departments that are involved also work in it as well. So I get to see a glimpse of what everyone does often as we meet every month to discuss what is going on within each department. However, if I were not currently employed in admissions and were only doing this practicum experience by itself, I would say that having knowledge about recruitment and admissions and first year experience is crucial to understanding enrollment management and how the work of those departments are often the lifeline of enrollment management. In the case of my institution, I have also noticed that student accounts and registrar department are also heavily involved because of the financial and academic aspect that enrollment management relies heavily upon. Because if students can't pay their tuition, then they have to be withdrawn or reinstated in classes. I was able to get a glimpse into that process as well, and it showed me just how complex enrollment management can be because you have to know about the well being of all those departments simultaneously because it helps you to do your job. Overall, I am enjoying my experience and I hope to be able to use my knowledge beyond this practical. Thank you for watching.